Well, what's going on, guys? Dealing with bookworm all over again today. If it's not the crawling, it's the flying bugs I gotta deal with. It's 1:27 West Coast time PM. It's still the 16th of December 2023. The gravelly, grouching, and grumbling Weaver John C. of Rosamond, California. Yeah, I got that burp my ass. I gotta burp my butt on something here. Couple of things I came across in social media, and I'm asking questions about. One, about my own town here, of being a speedway in different areas of Rosamond, California, being turned into a raceway. And they already got Willow Springs up in the northern territory of Rosamond, almost close to the um, 14 freeway north, and they could race around all they want. But no, we're talking about long stretches of roadway here. Now, if I'm going to be acting as a school professor at this point or a preacher, I would say, please turn to your Google Maps and type in into the search engine the name Rosamond, Rosa, M is in Mary, O-N is in Nancy, D is in David, and then California, or just put in the initials CA. Please do that now. Yeah, sure. What you're hearing in the background is news. I got it muted right now. So, if you happen to look on the street map itself, mine automatically goes to Rosamond because that's where I live, and it automatically hones into my territory. But in yours, it'll be automatically honing into yours. So, just type out Rosamond. Now, if it's on street map, just widen it a little bit where you see the 14 freeway right in the middle of the screen, and just keep stretching it out. You'll see this nice line going right across from east to west. To mute that. I don't think I need to mute that one there. I don't need that one there, but I do need this one here. Now then, just how far you said? Okay, well, until you see the border of it between Avenue A on the bottom and the top portion where it says Ansel. On the right hand side, you will see Edwards Air Force Base. They have a limitation. If you see the coloration on the map, move the 14 freeway to the left a little bit. Just move it to the left. Okay? You'll see it slightly white, and the area is a bit pinkish, surrounding areas. But for the most part, you're seeing Rosamond itself. It's the community. But Rosamond extends further westward towards, well, towards nearly oblivion on the west side. Goes as far as, if I'm not mistaken, if I can look at this damn thing, 170th Street West. And a little further than that. There's a lot of community out there. But you look at the Boulevard in Rosamond, and it's a long stretch. People who live in this area complain about it often being used as a racetrack because there's no law enforcement out there to stop them. I have a problem because I'm on the east end of the 14 freeway. I'm on the right. I'm on the right side of the 14, heading east towards the base. If you've noticed that the white is flush against the pink there, scroll it a little further inwards. Close it up a little bit. There is a barrier. There is a Well, the line stops at a certain point, and that becomes the base. It's I can't even read this damn thing. Willow Springs Road. Yeah, Willow Springs Road and Lost Starter. No, Lodestar Road. These connect up with Rosamond Boulevard, and that is the barrier. Now, if I switch over to satellite image, and I'm going to show you something on this one. Now, on the satellite image, there's going to be a little bit of a marker right next to Rosamond Boulevard. It's on the south side of it, and you have to scroll it in tight. That is the barrier that separates the federal government with the town of Rosamond, California. That is the airbase marker. Now keep in mind, when people go to and from this base, scroll continuing to the right where you're heading east. You see how long this stretch is. This is like approximately 10, 15 miles, give or take. And then you see the gate on this road. It does curve a bit. You see the century circle. And then you see the squiggly on this for the Rosamond base until you get to the gate. But once you get past the gate on the west side of it and you're into the lane, it's basically haul ass. It's haul ass speed. And you can't really stop unless you're going to be burning out your damn tires when you head over to the city proper. You keep scrolling, widen the shot until you get about the Lodestar. And that's the city right there. That's the start of it. But they're already going ballistic. Right through the town. Right through residential area. And it's not just coming to and from the base. It's also for the people who live in this town who think this is a speedway. There's a trailer park on the south side of the boulevard of Rosamond when you get on the west side of United. And they scream out of there like it's no tomorrow. But even that, we still got the idiots racing up and down the street of United as well. Because they'll hug the curves and then turn up United and roar it up there too into the hillside areas. No common courtesy. It's even bad enough when I get a couple of idiots screaming out of my own parking lot and at the apartments. But they'll scream it up and down the street here. The only thing we have for a street light is on 15th. Certain, if you time it right, and they have, you get past the damn light when it turns green or just before it turns red. They'll scream during the yellow and they'll scream through the green. And they'll race it up until they get to Sierra and then probably have to hit the brakes during that time. The only saving grace, if you actually had it, was if the train was coming through, which would change the lights. Not 15th though, Sierra Highway. So when the train goes through, that's your buffer right there because you'll be banging into other cars. But if there's no train and the light's green also on that one, it's a clear shot going through the town at Ballistic till you get to 20th. Maybe you'll slow down if you're there. If not, You just scream through that one. And then there's another light on B Street, or Glendower, however you're looking at it. On the north, it's Glendower, and on the south, it's B Street. So you race down through that one. You get over the hump. Unless, of course, you're going to be on the freeway and really screaming like a maniac. No, let's go through Rosamond, shall we? Okay, we fly up the damn ramp. I call it the hump. And that gets right above the freeway. Now you got to deal with a stoplight at Acacia Street. There's a stoplight right there. There's also a stoplight on 25th and West. Those areas get jammed up pretty good. And I'll stay jammed up a bit because of the traffic. But after that, the only other light that you'd come across is on 30th Street West. And from there, well, it seems like law enforcement doesn't scream up and down this area after people or put roadblocks or anything else like that, or speed bumps. Because once you get past 30th, these guys hit the accelerator and go light speed. Now there's supposed to be a stoplight at 35th. These guys all know that there's a police station on 35th, just not completely visible to the traffic. It's off. It's off of it. There's also the one fire station we have out there. People complain about once you get past the 35th area that it's open season, it's open road, and there's hardly anything that you can do about it. No more lights, stop signs, just floor it. If you're lucky enough, if there was a stop sign, they wouldn't pay attention to it. So the people on the west side of Rosamond are complaining more and more about their lunatic neighbors racing up and down that area. I'm more concerned about the short area of East area because that's where I'm at. I'm right next to an airbase. And I got lunatics racing up and down United to get to Rosamond and then floor it, or coming out of the apartment complex and flooring it. Not to mention coming out of the mobile estates we have, or the trailer homes we call them, and racing out of there. I mean, just absolutely flooring it. You see the skid marks. I complained about the traffic going up and down Rosamond Boulevard to the airbase. But they need that speed limit because that's what the federal government has put in there, a speed limit for them to race on. And the races they do. Except early in the mornings when it gets jammed. Case in point. I got Speed Demons, I've got Evil Knievels, and I've got Mario Andretti's. I got stock car drivers, I've got Indy 500 racers, all in the form of either trucks or bikes or high-powered vehicles they got. High octane. We've had accidents happening in the west side, but every so often we get accidents happening in the east side because they don't know how to frickin' drive. And it's scary when they race, even up on Sierra Highway, which is supposed to be a federal highway, quote unquote. But the local streets that they go through to get from Avenue A, which is on the south side, which borders between Kern County and Los Angeles County, and all the way up to Rosamond Boulevard. If the light is changed to green and there's no traffic on Sierra Highway, they can actually do racing up there. I've seen it happen a few times. They don't drive 35 sometimes. They drive 50. But Sierra only goes so far past Rosamond and stops well above it. Now, I said before about Willow Springs Raceway. Willow Springs is this area that they have for drag strips and racing areas. I'm trying to locate it on the map. Because this area allows people to use their stock cars and whatever to drive like crazy. They just don't know how to drive safely these days. They just drive like maniacs. Smaller side streets offer a better choice for these people to race and to try to kill themselves. There are quarries in the area up in the Northern Territory, but that's what they do. That's what they use. 1 minute. Put you on pause. All right. Willow Springs in the western area of it is off of what they've called, if I can just look at the damn thing right, Horse Trail. Basically, it's 70th Street West, Fellside Avenue, and it's a large area too. You take a look at the map. I'll be right back. I gotta walk a dog. Okay, so basically you're probably asking me, okay, why am I talking about this? I just wanted to show you something about my town. I mean, there are a few times I actually do talk about Rosamond, California. Not about the history, but what it is for right now. It is simply a town on the outskirts of a county, or bordering two counties. What they can do, what they can't do, and quite frankly, they've got places to go racing in if they wanted to. If the place was actually open, they can actually have fun and try not to kill each other. Drag strips and long-term racing, I mean, they call it the International Raceway. They called that a long time ago before I got into this town. And people do use it. Except I wish that the ones who keep racing up and down the streets would use this place. Otherwise, we're going to be running into people either getting run over or running into poles or in the car wrecks, and we're getting those too much these days. So that was beef number one, what I had this morning. So let me do beef number two in the next video.